Robert and his young wife lived in his mother's house. His elderly mom did not sleep well at night and often walked around the house. "Mom, how long are you going to walk around and squeak the floor?" Robert asked before saying, "We want to sleep." In the morning, Robert's mother asked him to change the floor so that he would not be bothered by all the creaking at night. "Okay, Mom, I'll sort things out a little bit and order new boards," replied the son. A month passed, but Robert never made it to the store. There were always more urgent things to do. But then, finally, one day, Robert's mother turned to him when he returned from work and said, "I bought the boards for the new floor. They are in the barn, so it's up to you to put them in." "Mama!" The man was indignant. "Well, why? I said that I would buy it, and so you overpaid and spent money on delivery with unloading. I'll do everything, just not this weekend. I just arranged a fishing trip with my friends." And then it was all over again. At night, Robert shouted and asked his mother not to make squeaking noises, saying, "Mom, how much can you walk? You will wake up the baby. We just put her to sleep." So they lived like this. Mother asked to change the floor, and Robert only promised. Time passed, and then his mother died. Robert went to the notary, who read out the will. He did not wait for mountains of gold and realized that he would get nothing but the home. Such was the case, but the notary handed Robert a paper, and in it he read the inscription from his mother. "Son, please, I ask you once more, change the floor." Robert wiped away a tear and decided that he would replace the boards. But life had other plans for Robert and his family. As the years passed, the boards his mother had bought remained in the barn, and the floor continued to creak. The years turned into decades, and Robert and his wife lived under the same roof with their young son and his own family. And as Robert himself walked step by step at night, the floor creaked and woke everyone up. The young daughter-in-law turned to Robert's son. "Honey, I understand that we live in your parents' house while we save for our own housing, but this creak frustrates me. Maybe your father can do something about it?" The son then turned to Robert, who pointed to the barn. "Your grandmother also bought boards for me to relay the floor," he said. His son put on gloves and began to take out from the barn the boards, all completely deteriorated from the dampness of countless years that passed. Everyone understood they were no good, but what choice were they left with? And then Robert's son pulled a bag out from under them. Time and dampness almost destroyed the fabric, but inside a preserved note. Robert recognizing his mother's handwriting on it. "Son, my brother died 2 years ago. He had no one, so he bequeathed this house to me. I sold it, and I give the proceeds to you and your children." I'm glad you finally started to relay the old floor, and now you don't have to. For this money, you can afford to buy a new home and move out. With love, Mom. Robert snatched the bag from his son's hands and turned it over. The same half-decayed wads of money rained down on the old rotten boards. Mold, time, and mice did not spare them. Robert couldn't hold back the tears as he dropped to his knees heavily and wept, trying to find the whole bills within the pile of paper. Next to him stood his entire family, and the man was ready to swear that he heard the nasty creaking of boards somewhere in his head. The wisdom of moms is phenomenal. Listen to their words, for they have the power to change our destinies.